a bit of African music and African interest. Now, Rasikbhai, as you know, and the Chandarana family were the family that had the Chandarana Records Company in Kenya, and which they started in 1958, and then they soon became very famous in their records, and they had their own recording studio and produced their own records, inviting local artists and local experts to come along. So if you look at this record here, which says Chandarana Records here, or if you look up on the internet, you will find lots of things, lots of information on the Chandarana studios, whereby this particular artist wrote that when he came to Kericho, so because Kericho has, as you know, lots of Kipsigis and Luo families, and he wanted to sing a Kipsigis or a song, and Chandarana family said, no, don't worry, you can stay in our houses, in our apartments, and no, don't worry, we will give you the instruments. And they gave them the instruments, and they gave them the recording studio, and they gave them the accommodation, and produced a record for them. How very lovely. So this record is available also on YouTube now. And I'm going to introduce to you a young DJ, I suppose, and also somebody who's very interested in music. He's our nephew Ryan. Ryan and Sejal, my sister, they went to Kericho, and they talked about records, and Rasikbhai said, oh, tane records ni interest che. Lele, did have these records. So Ryan came home to England with these records. So over to Ryan and Sejal, please. And we'll play a little bit of this record. We're going to play a very short version of it, but I'll let Ryan speak first, if that's okay. I don't know, Shona, what do you prefer? Okay.
Hi everybody. Hi. Yes, we were very fortunate to go and visit Rasikbhai just under 3 years ago, and I'd gone there after having left Kericho 43 years ago, so it was my first visit, and it was just lovely to stay with the family there. We were really well looked after, and Ryan, Rasikbhai sort of found out about Ryan's interest in music. Over to you, Ryan.
Yeah, it was like really lovely to stay with him, and we got talking about music. Took me to the room in the house where they had all of the old like master tapes from the recording studio, and sort of mentioned that there was still like a record store in Kericho that was like locked up, and then later on sort of just like went for a drive, and sort of without saying where we were going, took me and my sister Amy to the record store. Went in, opened up, and it was sort of like, I don't know, being in sort of like a dream world or something, just like loads of amazing records. And I asked if I could like buy some, and he just gave me a box and was like, just fill up this box and take whatever you want, and like, don't worry about it. And I still listen to them all the time, and yeah, it's a lovely memory, and I always sing with them when I listen to them.
Thank you both. Thank you. So we're going to play one of the records, are we? Yep. Okay, so we just play a little bit of this track that Ryan has recorded for us and put together.
Bandiya nyamwari ni babana tabatera, bandiya nyamwari ni babana tabatera, ni babana tabatera, mangana yale tokoiwa, ni babana tabatera, mangana yale tokoiwa. Elitu kerima to kaimo kako waseito, elitu kerima to kaimo kako waseito, tole ko enda gitutu, wachigo taranya koe, tole ko.
Thank you. Thanks. So there you are, a taste of Kericho, the sounds of Kericho, and Rasikbhai's interest in music, and just encouraging everybody to record and play music. So the next bit of video that I've got is a message that we requested from a member of staff from Kericho. This isn't a member of staff. It's a gentleman who will introduce himself, and he will tell you that how he became a businessman from nothing with Rasikbhai's encouragement. And here is a message from him.
My name's Fidel Wasike, a businessman based in Kericho town. It's a sad day for me that I have to record this tribute to my friend, the late Chandarana. I met Chandarana 17 years ago when I started running my small business. I could go to Modern Center to pick some small electrical items to supply to my clients. Rasik took a keen interest in me. One day, while I was buying some goods from him, Rasik sat me down and asked me a few questions. He asked me what I do while I was taking the goods. I explained to him that I was a small supplier supplying to my clients. In the last 17 years, I've learned a lot from Rasik. He mentored me into a businessman. One of the greatest virtues that I learned from Rasik was honesty and his level of organization skills. Rasik was highly organized and very honest person. In the last 17 years, our relationship grew from just being business people or being business friends to family friends. He introduced me to his family, and I also introduced him to my family. During Christmas, he will always send his wife with a package for me for Merry Christmas. I'll always stop at his shop to wish him Merry Christmas before breaking for my Christmas. Last Christmas was different. Rasik was away in Nairobi for medication. I called him on 23rd of December. He was in a very jovial mood. He told me he had been discharged, he was feeling very well, and he was planning to travel on 25th back to Kericho. We talked a lot, we laughed, and he said, Fidel, you have a Merry Christmas, we'll meet in the beginning of the new year, then we can do our normal Merry Christmas, because he was away. I broke for Christmas, then I reported back for work on 4th of January. I called Rasik, but his phone was off. I called Dino, and Dino told me Rasik was still away in Nairobi for medication, but was feeling much better, although he could not reach on his phone. His doctor advised him to switch off the phone. And he told me he was feeling much better, and he was expected in Kericho anytime. On 6th of January, around 10 p.m., I received a message from Dino that my friend was no more. I was devastated. On behalf of my family, Janet and Fidel Jr., once again, let me pass my deepest condolences to Sarah, Soni, and Rajiv, and to my friend Rasik. Rest in peace. Thank you.